What do you know about the Templar defenses?
They have deep roots in the local population and were able to call up a large number of paladins. In addition, they have deployed a military bot in the mosque and 2 in the arcology.
What happened to the city's security forces?
They were eliminated. SSC Chief Farrah Maxwell stormed the arcology with forces flown in from Germany, but they were surrounded and are now pinned down somewhere inside the structure.
So I'm on my own.
I will wait here for now. After you find Paul, I will meet you in Flight B-23 at the top of the arcology. Good luck.
This is what the Illuminati wants you to do. Destroy Paul Denton and help return biomod technology to international regulation. Please discuss the operation with the elite commander waiting for you in the streets. Paul's frozen body is located in Flight Bay 24 on level 110 of the arcology.
I figured you'd knock around Europe for a while. You do know that the Medina could get overrun by Templars at any moment.
Thought there might be some trade in refugees. You know, quick hops away from trouble. But there hasn't been enough action yet for people to start liking my rates. What about you?
I can take care of myself, but I might have use for a pilot later. A long trip, one way to New York City.
Guess that would pay better than these Medina scabs. I offer to save their lives and the best they can do is 12 credits. How about you make a reasonable offer and we get out of this hole?
I'll get back to you.
I've seen the NG commercial. The endorsement of Pequods. Thanks a million.
What can I say? We all have our taste in coffee.
Huh. Smug arcology brat.
I guess the situation in the arcology hasn't hurt business. Aren't you worried that the Templars might occupy the Medina?
What does it matter, as long as I have customers?
I guess you're not very political.
I have enough worries just getting profitable. The regional director is reviewing my books at the end of the week. My only enemy is Pequod, and our battlefield is the customer.
Isn't the Pequods in the arcology closed?
The manager was murdered, but the Pequods Corporation will find a way to keep a branch in Cairo. That is my fate.
You should know something. Pequods and Queequegs are separate brands of the same coffee shop chain.
You never know, I guess.
I'm serious. I saw the proof in some legal documents I came across in Germany.
You are certain of this? That would explain why the board's praise about the NG endorsement was so guarded.
You don't seem too overwhelmed.
My mind is already working. I think I see an opportunity, in fact. The Pequod's manager had a black market operation. I could cover it up and tell management I was merely protecting the reputation of the coffee industry.
You'd be calling attention to yourself. That what you want?
Yes, indeed. I want to stay on their radar. An ex-Pequod's employee told me the code to their safe. 34, 45, 1, 23. You look like the mercenary type. Maybe you'd like to slip into the arcology and empty it for me. Your payment would be the contents of the safe.
Look at the sky. The swell's gone.
Both of us are targets here. We will work separately until the final phase of the operation.
What do you expect me to do?
You will infiltrate the new Cairo arcology. I will do the same and join you prior to the assault.
If anyone's a glaring target for Templar Paladins, it's a biomodified commando like yourself.
Then we agree to maintain the minimal threat profile until the crucial moment.
What if I'd rather work alone?
Our orders are to work together. We will destroy Paul Denton and return biomod technology to international regulation.
Understood. I'll be ready.
Good. The Age of Light is upon us.
It seems that the Illuminati is making one last grab for power. You must revive Paul, Alex. Apostle Corps needs a strong leader who can restore it to global prominence. The Illuminati only want to steal our research to increase their wealth and power.
Come down. It's a beautiful day for a walk.
You know I can't.
No more excuses about your grandfather. The plague is gone. Look at the sky.
Don't be fooled by the wind. The dust always comes back.
Not this time. They found a cure and reprogrammed the bots.
I'll ask Grandfather.
Ask for a new reason to be locked up for 2 years. No, come. I am going.
Oh, Annie, you're right. It's a beautiful day.
Famille! Yes, at last!
Ah, fresh air.
JC Denton has a hold on your imagination, perhaps. Talk to your friend Leo in front of the mosque. See how much he likes enforced modification. Do you really think Apostle Corps is any different than a sect of the Omar?
Leo, is that you? The frog suit threw me for a second.
Alex, familiar face. Just what I need.
I guess I don't have to ask whether you're still working for the Omar.
I've completed phase 1 of the Omar induction. He said I would have 2 months to decide whether to accept the cortical interface, which will make me a true Omar. But they are afraid the Templars will attack the Medina. They want me to undergo phase 2 immediately.
Sounds like you're having second thoughts.
There's no turning back after phase 2. I'd be almost invincible with cyborg hardware plus the Tarsus biomods, but this stuff's not like a nanite infusion. I'm still sore from the transskeletal supports I already have.
Just tell them you need time to think about it.
They say I have chosen. They say they will find me when I'm asleep and complete the operation. Then I will think like an Omar. It will be too late for choices.
Maybe you should leave town.
No money. I'd have to go on foot. With thermal vision, they'd pick me out on the desert plain like a pilot beacon.
Well, you're the one who wanted to be such a badass.
I didn't ask for your help.
Looks like you need it, though.
Hey, I can take care of myself.
When was the last time you got any sleep?
Shut up.
They've got you so scared you might as well already be wearing the cortical interface.
You don't wear it. It replaces your frontal lobes.
Well, you've replaced everything else.
You think Leo Jankowski can't protect himself?
I think you know how to stand around and look pathetic.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Move!
Universal biomodification doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? Hardly a political ideal. Don't be fooled by J.C. Denton's rhetoric. He is the mouthpiece for an AI construct, just like an Omar. Just like your own classmate, Leo.
I'm leaving.
I didn't need any help.
At least I got you moving. The Leo Jankowski I met in Seattle doesn't stand around moping about his problems.
I wasn't moping.
In any case, glad to have you back.
Wonder who he was before he became an Omar.
Listen, I might be able to use your help. Think you could find your way to Liberty Island in New York?
What for? I think I'd find more work in Europe.
There's something you don't know about the Tarsus experiments.
Yeah?
The experiments were started by J.C. Denton and his brother Paul. They wanted to develop a biomod architecture that they could distribute to everyone on the planet.
They'll probably make a bundle, too. So that's why they dropped out of sight?
It's some sort of utopian vision they have, a society based on absolute equality. Meanwhile, everyone wants a piece of the technology, including the Order and WTO, which are both puppets of a contemporary incarnation of the Illuminati, believe it or not. And of course the Templars want to destroy it.
A utopia of human-machine super beings? Sounds familiar.
Liberty Island is critical for J.C. Denton's plan. We'll find out more when we get there.
Right. Like I'm about to sign up with a guy who wants to mod people by force. If you ask me, I think you're dealing with crazies on all sides. Knights Templar? Do they really think they're knights or what? Illuminati? Who told you they were in the Illuminati?
Well, show up in New York and maybe you can help me sort all of this out.
I'm armed. This better not be a joke.
Cheer up. The plague is gone.
Time again for a talk bullet! In the bullseye today, Luminant Saman, formerly of the Ordered Church. So you've gone public with a new card game, I hear. What's it called?
My little visitor seems to have moved along. I'm the Templar Grandmaster.
Right, Knights. That's rich. Beat up a few defenseless bystanders and suddenly you're...
We've declared open war. Today the Templars avenge themselves against Philip the Fair, who drove us underground nearly 8 centuries ago. Is it so difficult to understand?
Hey, I'll ask the questions here. You're thugs and innocent people.
You will fall. Your culture has already disintegrated into flimsy tatters. We're merely sweeping the streets clean.
That's it. Cut the mic. Someone cut the...
Your little blips of thought, bullets indeed. You and your kind have murdered the human intellect with momentary impulses, the noise of the machines seeping into every mind.
Hey, I'm not gonna sit here and... Janice, what's...
Janice no longer works here, Mr. Steed. This is the last top bullet.
Meteorologists have detected a weather anomaly in New York City that appears to be centering on Liberty Island. There has been a sudden and unseasonable temperature drop, which has not as of yet stabilized. The cause is yet unknown.
Convergence is possible, my seekers. The chairman and I have outlined a program to bring our systems into agreement. Poverty is not a prerequisite for fulfillment, nor is immorality a prerequisite for prosperity. Together, in peace. This is the way.
Alex, you were right. Her Holiness and Mr. Dumais had a secret alliance all along.
Still with the church? I see you're wearing your vestments.
I would have picked up some slacks and a neck sweater if the Templars hadn't overrun the ecology.
How are our friends at the Order and WTO going to deal with New Cairo? Hear anything before you left Trier? I would think they would dispatch a force to retake the city.
I did some investigating. Mr. Dumais thinks he can sacrifice Cairo in the short term, but he has sent his personal bodyguard, an elite commando, to kill an enemy of his being held in the arcology by the Templars.
I ran into this commando by the landing pad.
The commando has been ordered to self-destruct when he finds the enemy. This will destroy both of them and help the Illuminati seize some sort of device that's supposed to make them all-powerful.
The commando is going to blow himself up? Interesting. Thanks for the tip.
Not exactly. Some sort of decomposition process that will create a toxic vapor.
Interesting. Thanks for the tip.
It is time for Vitaka, applied thinking.
It takes someone with a pretty serious god complex to start their own religion.
My seekers, from today you are all missionaries.
You! Who sent you?
No one. Is something wrong?
The Templars put a bounty on the Nassif family. Maybe that's why you're here.
If I was a Templar assassin, I wouldn't stand around talking about it.
Then who is in the apartment upstairs? Not you? A neighbor told me she saw Templars, and I received a threatening email from a man I used to know like a brother. Now he parades down the street in his robe, goes with the mob into the arcology, and threatens my life.
You're right to be paranoid. Stay here. I'll let you know if I find out anything about the assassins.
What a big nothing the Order turned out to be. They redecorated the mosque.
What else? I wanted to believe. But what sort of order is this? Perpetual killing, gang warfare, just like before they came.
We're pretty sure there are Templars in the apartment upstairs, here to threaten my family.
This has stopped being amusing.
I took care of the assassins upstairs. You don't have anything to fear from them.
You mean all of them?
Have the local police clean up the mess. You'll be fine.
You risked your life? For me? I wish I had something more than a few credits to offer as a reward.
Your niece Layla and I work together. It's the least I could do.
Have taken the mosque. People seeking sanctuary there are now trapped. The paladins are indifferent to them, but the security bot will shoot any non-Templars. If you eliminated the bot, the people could probably escape.
My guess is that it was a botched infusion. Justice, if you ask me. Mother Nature's way of saying don't play with that.
I don't know who or what you are, but you aren't permitted here.
You're modified. I can smell it on you.
gonna put a stop to this.
I really don't like this.
Don't need to worry about that anymore.
Phew. I guess it was not... I knew you would save us.
I took care of the security bot. It's safe for you to make a run for the Medina.
Thanks. This isn't much of a reward, but I guess I could give you a med kit.
Never hurts to be prepared for an emergency, I suppose. All clear. You can make it to the Medina if you leave right now.
You're our personal savior. First you got Mina into the academy, now this. Next you'll tell me that you're the reason Nanite Swell 11 cleared up.
Well, just take care of yourselves until the arcology is safe for classes again.
I don't have much to offer as a reward, but maybe I can help you against the terrorists. My husband works for the SSC. He's training in Madrid right now, but I know the code to the SSC kiosk in the arcology. 6673. Help yourself to any equipment you need.
Thanks. That could be a big help.
You're making a big mistake.
Hey, I remember you. We met in events at Tarsus, and you're the one who took care of Archer. I owe you my life.
Looks like the Templars are still causing trouble.
Even though Archer was stopped, they have managed to take over most of Cairo, and now we're trapped here.
I've cleared out the mosque, so it's safe for you to leave.
Thanks again. That's twice now you have saved me from the Templars.
We were having a discussion. Leave us be.
Don't disappoint us like your classmate, Miss Sparks. This was her mission, but she wouldn't follow through. Chief Morgan took her into custody and will handle the transport out of the arcology. Pay attention, Alex. I'm through sweet-talking you trainees. Do as we say or your traitorous friend dies.
Reporting incursion. Threat lost.
I'll find the person responsible for this violent attack.
Hurry! Come to my concert near the Pequod's coffee shop.
Concert?
Yes, I'm playing right now.
That's impossible. The arcology's been seized by Templar paladins.
No one informed me of a cancellation. I arrived at Flight Bay 23 just 14 hours ago.
Then you're probably trapped up on level 110. Or dead.
No one informed me of such an occurrence. You should assume that the concert started on schedule. Hurry! Tickets are 200 credits at the door.
Nanologists and meteorologists continue to watch Nanite Swell 11 intently. All indicators so far suggest that this is not a spurious short-term change, but a radical climatological shift that scientists expect will severely weaken the effects of this swell, if not eliminate it entirely. For the first time in years, citizens in Old Cairo are able to walk in the open air without the aid of breathers or other apparatus. Besides the visibly clearer atmosphere, doctors hope to see a decline in the symptoms associated with what is commonly called Plague 11.
Trier residents will be getting a new cup of joe next month. Pequod's has announced plans to open a branch in the downtown district. The manager of the local Queequegs has been curiously silent on the issue.
Calling themselves the Templars, heirs to the ancient sacred brotherhood, they now vow to protect purity in the present day from biomodification, which they believe pollutes and degrades the human genome. To accomplish these ends, they have officially left the Order Church and armed themselves. Grandmaster Saman, a former Luminant in the Order, has stepped forward to clarify their agenda.
We have tried to spread our word quietly, but too many have fallen under the spell of this corrupt technology. Since when is strength more important than aspiration? Since when is the mind more important than the pursuit of wisdom? Hear us, citizens. In times to come, you will thank us for our bravery.
As the Templars unveil their plans and their alarming influence and strength, the world waits to see what this work may entail.
We've got a dangerous prisoner in custody. I'd move along if I were you.
I was bluffing, Alex. You didn't need to go to so much trouble. What kind of person do you think I am?
I'm sorry I dragged you into all of this.
No problem. You alright?
I'm fine. I should have listened to you in Germany and left the WTO while I had the chance.
You got out alive. That's all that matters.
They wanted me to infiltrate the flight bay and murder Paul Denton. Can you believe it? Me, an assassin? And I almost did it, too.
What changed your mind?
I just suddenly woke up. I was installing this range weapon mod on my rifle, and it clicked. I've been training my whole life to hunt and kill people, even Apostle Corps. That's what they trained me to do.
Well, I think it's time we all stop taking orders and start thinking for ourselves.
I'm scared, Alex. We're completely on our own, and we can't trust anybody. The only thing I know is that I'm not a killer. Here, do you want this weapon mod? I don't have a use for it anymore.
I guess it could come in handy. I have some unfinished business in Flight Bay 24.
I can take care of myself from here on out. Promise.
Are we going to do this? Your turn to die.
You arrive. Good. I am here to assist.
How'd you get past the Templar defenses?
My priorities are survival and infiltration at any cost. Enough talk. I am here to assist. Your advice?
Wait here.
We will be more effective as a team.
Young enemy, thy name is Pliable. How quickly you kindle a faith in a brother you never knew.
Maybe I plan to kill him like the Illuminati want me to.
Then your ear bends to the worldly wiseman, to continue the archaic analogy. The smallest breeze carries you off nature's straight and narrow path, which is ever eroded by the human lust for transcendence.
I love it when you talk dirty.
Chairman Dumier lusts for worldly power. J.C. Denton, what's left of him, lusts for worldly bliss. And to both of them you are nothing but a finely wrought tool.
I suppose you're entitled to your opinion.
Why so hostile? I'm not evil. I merely oppose the powers that have shaped and confined you up until now. Just allow my scientist, Dr. Todd, to scan your cell nuclei and leave Paul alone.
You're asking me to join the Templars?
Yes, young Pliable. Dr. Todd is waiting for you in the flight bay. Do as he asks. As long as you cooperate, my paladins will hold their fire. I will have additional instructions for you when you reach Liberty Island.
I'm preparing to meet you in Flight Bay 23, but the pilot beacon seems to be offline. You will need to activate it before I can land.
At last. Do not betray us, Denton.
Although the summit has been surrounded by chaos and unrest, WTO and Order representatives did finally manage to meet and discuss ways to alleviate the tension between their respective organizations. WTO Chairman Chad Dumier was proud to make the following announcement.
It took countless hours of negotiations, but we were able to come to an agreement that benefits both organizations' individual members worldwide. In the coming weeks, we will each be presenting new bylaws that will eventually create an interlocking relationship between the two groups, so that our coexistence will be complementary rather than conflicting in the future.
As the new bylaws are presented following this historic announcement, we will bring you the details as soon as possible.
Live from Cairo, Egypt, where the archaeology has been taken by a small military group called the Knights Templar. Fed up with what they believe to be the pollution of the human genome by biomodification, and frustrated with the general public's refusal to respond to their message, the Templars have instead taken Cairo by force, and by all accounts intend to enact their agenda through a military state. There have been no indications yet what their next move may be. Experts anticipate drastic measures based on what we've learned so far.
Hey.
Greetings. Repairing damage. Finished.
Dr. Nassif, how are you doing in the middle of all this?
I'm doing okay, for now. The Templars are right at our door, but at least they're giving us a breather. I just hope the rescue flight gets here before the next volley starts.
It is almost too much to comprehend right now, especially considering how fast the Templars seize control of this city.
They've got to be stopped. Their main objective was to capture Paul Denton from Apostle Corps' lab here in the Arcology, which they succeeded in doing. We have intel that he's being held in Flight Bay 24.
What do you think they're planning?
They will eventually murder him. You can't let all our hard work be destroyed by these lunatics. On some instinctual level, you feel a basic kinship. You know there's bond. Please, Alex, save Paul.
Oh, is that a biomod canister? Thanks.
You've got to rescue Paul and fulfill your destiny.
What's the situation here, Captain?
The Templars have the arcology locked down and have removed the pilot beacon, so we can't even call for an airlift out of here.
Did they destroy it or just move it?
We expect that they just relocated it, since the beacon has to be within a certain range of the hangar bay to be useful. But we can't get out to search for it, let alone activate it. We suspect it may be up in the control room since that area is so heavily guarded. If you can find it and turn it on, the SSC would know to send in a rescue chopper.
Wait a minute, you aren't my pilot.
Do I look like her?
I have 5 pilots, and you aren't any of them. This is just perfect.
Had any trouble with the Templars?
Trouble? Trouble? Not at all, unless you count canceling a major concert, getting trapped in a war zone, and practically starving to death without even a number to call for room service.
Maybe I can help get you out of here.
Oh, sure. I'll wait for my own people, thanks. I don't want to get myself shot.
I'm tougher than I look.